What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Step One Finance, guys. If you don't mind helping support my channel by subscribing and guys commenting, liking, do all that crap, I appreciate it. Today, I'm just doing a quick video, follow-up of my last video when I talked about the stimulus package that Biden's putting out. I had this comment on there, and she is basically saying, in that video, I mentioned that I think there's going to be a housing crash, probably just as bad as the last one in 2008. And she said, can you please elaborate on that? I gave a little analogy of logs coming down a river and being blocked, because I said there's that shield. You guys aren't allowed to be touched with your mortgages, with rent. You can't be touched. And I said that I just picture all these logs just powering up. And then all of a sudden, this comes down and all the logs start flowing down the river. Well, those logs are a bunch of people that are going to be getting foreclosed on their homes, and people that are going to be getting kicked out of their rental properties because they're not paying their rent. Guys, when, the last one, that housing market crash of 08, we call it the housing crash of 08, but it lasted like 8 years. 10 million people got their houses foreclosed in a matter of 8 years. While this one here, we have over 10 million people unemployed. We have close to 4 million people that took the forbearance program. And I guarantee probably the majority of those people that took that forbearance program were probably in a bad way. So, but do you think they'd be, but them not having a mortgage for this length of time, do you think it's going to be in a good way now? No, they're not doing anything to, maybe a few people, but the majority of them are just continuing to live their lives like they do every other day. So it's not like they got rid of that mortgage payment and they started paying off debt. I doubt it. They probably were already strapped with their mortgage, and now they're just living, comfortably for a little bit until that mortgage comes back in. Not to mention all these people on forbearance are still going to have to pay all that back interest. Okay. I mean, you're still got to pay the interest. Even though you're not paying your mortgage, you still got to pay all the interest, that back interest that you did not pay. We have millions and millions of tenants not paying their rent. Okay. How many of them are going to get evicted? Okay. How many of the landlords, unless you're a very well investor and you have 30, 40, 50 properties, if you just have a small amount of properties, 3, 4, 5, or even 1 or 2, and your tenants are not paying you, how many of those houses are going to be going on the market? I just think it's the perfect storm. I really do. And then you got college payments being forgiven right now until a later date. How many of those are in default? I just think everything's aligning up for a perfect storm. Guys, believe me, I hope I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. I just see this coming. Biden wants to get that forbearance extended to September. Guys, it usually takes about 6 months to foreclose on a home, 3 months of not paying your payments, and then usually 3 months after that. But some people can extend that out to a year because of court cases, hardship, if you just have a newborn, there's a lot of things, a lot of stipulations to keep you in that foreclosure period a little bit longer than the 6 months. But, if we get this extended till 6 months, I say probably about 6 to 8 months after that, up to a year, I just think we're going to see a tidal wave of foreclosures coming. I think millions of homes are going to be hitting the market all at one time. So it may not be 10 million people like the housing market of 08, because like I said, that was a span of 8 years. But I truly believe millions and millions and millions of homes are going to be hitting the market within like a year and a half to 2 years. It's going to be like quick. It's just going to come quick. Once again, guys, I hope I'm wrong. But like I said, things are just piling up. And then with all these programs come down, everyone's going to come forward and everything's going to start rolling with the foreclosures and the evictions. And I hope I'm telling you, I hope I'm wrong. And then on top of that, even though this isn't for another video, but the minimum wage, if that gets passed, guys, if the $15 minimum wage gets passed, inflation's going to come very quickly, because everyone's going to be raising their prices just to compensate for that. Not to mention, you're going to be working less hours at your job now. So if you're full-time, you're more than likely going to be going to part-time. Guys, 15 sounds good, but there's a lot of things that come with that $15 minimum wage. So yeah, that, and then you got taxes on top of that. I mean, there's just so many things that are lining up for this to be the perfect storm. I just want to respond to her comment real quick because I thought it'd be, good to throw this video out there so I could explain myself whenever I said I think there's a housing market crash coming. I hope I explained it clearly enough. But guys, that's it for today. It's something real quick here. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.